I'd like to call this public hearing to order. Thank you. This public hearing is to seek public input regarding a preliminary improvement plat at 793 American Legion Drive, Festus, Missouri. Do we have anyone that would like to speak?
Yes, sir. Mayor, Dave Von Arx with Von Arx Engineering, representing Lorenzo Development LLC in this petition for a preliminary plat approval. About a week ago, we were at P&Z. We received a unanimous vote of approval for this preliminary plat improvement plans for this project. Was previously rezoned from business to residential in 2022. And we have a series of slides to present the project. And I'm available to answer questions. I know there's some issues that some of the councilmen, have questions about the project. And we also have the developer here tonight to answer any specific questions about the units themselves and details about the apartment buildings. The first slide is the preliminary drawing that we showed during the, I'm sorry, is there a question?
Yes. It would be better if you would do this presentation during our meeting
Oh,
and not
okay.
Public hearing.
They had me come up first at P&Z, so you guys are confusing me.
Okay.
I thought that was, so whatever is the appropriate protocol.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Danny?
Hello. Mayor Sam, do we speak in regards to this project? Do we wait till after he speaks?
This is
Okay.
what the public hearing is about,
Okay.
this project.
Okay. Try and keep it real short for you guys.
Okay.
Basically, most of you guys know me. My name's Danny Lapina, lived in Festus last 30 years or so. I own DMI Investments. It actually is at the corner of 793 American Legion Drive, 720 South Mill. I have two buildings, both leased out. One of them I operate my business out of. My biggest concern, and as Von Arx spoke, we did approve it at planning and zoning. I'm not against this project at all. I just think there's a little bit more research that needs to be done in regards to it. One of the things we spoke to P&Z was about the traffic that's going to be presented at that corner. That's a blind spot. There's no stop sign. Your speed goes from 30 down to 20 coming down the hill. And as Chief would tell you, at that intersection of Highway A and American Legion presents a lot of accidents there already now. I just think there needs to be some studying done how to avert some of this. And I'm sure we'll do that as we get further along. My biggest problem is the project, when it first came through at 240 units proposed versus the 200 now, they were going to meant to have two ingress and egress units or access points, and they currently downsized to one. They are going to have emergency access, which can be chained off for access with only emergency personnel themselves. But the way it sits now, the main entrance coming in and out of 200 units, which an estimation of probably, I say 250 to 300 cars a day is going to be coming out across from my parking lot of my tenant. So my concern is how I can direct that traffic against it. And then doing studyings as of myself, just watching some of the traffic come through. There's currently, if I would have 7 cars come out of the complex and stop at the stop sign to make either a left or a right on American Legion, it's already backing past my parking lot. So it's going to prevent customers from getting to my lot and access to that also, which I know it's not going to be that way all the time, but it will be at some time there. Another issue I think is that they're deciding against having a sidewalk from the complex going to South Mill where there's currently sidewalks. A lot of people walk that area en route too. So I don't know if anything can be adjusted to do that accordingly. Not sure how another entrance can be provided, but just want council to know the situation. And my last thing is in regards to this is if we have any committee or any type of studies that do any traffic situations, knowing that it's going to be 2 to 3 years before this project's in full bloom, what's going to be happening with the traffic around there then versus analyzing it when it happens and it's too hard to get something taken care of. I don't know with the 55 expansion. I talked to MoDOT. They're just in line at Highway A with video cameras to get that, because as of now, there's people have to be told to pull up. They won't do that, and they can't put a sign up until they get the video cameras up there because of the sensors. But I don't know if the bridge across 55 is going to happen, if anybody's fighting for the city to make sure that they put the bridge to go over to the Texas Roadhouse area or not. But them are all important things, I think, to make this project, along with the commercial development to it, succeed, to get all the traffic out of there, because it's a pretty busy situation over there.
Yes, sir.
And then with the daycares there now too, that's going to prevent additional traffic also.
Yes, sir.
So that's just how I want to, how you guys know.
Thank you
Thank you.
very much.
Hey, Danny. Mayor, wasn't it, you're on the P and Z board. Was this not brought up in P and Z?
There was, but they don't think there's an area to be able to have a secondary access ingress and egress.
Everything you just brought up was discussed during the P and Z meeting though.
Yes.
Okay,
I drew it out too long, but I'll try and keep it short. Yes.
okay.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mayor, can I ask a question of Danny? Danny, the 20-mile-an-hour down the hill, do you think that impedes traffic? I know that that's a hard hill to go down at 20 miles an hour. If we raised that to 30, would that help a little bit? Because it goes to 30 to 20 just down the hill.
Yeah, it's 20 now, so people are doing 30, 35, or 40. I'm sure
Right.
in regards to they've used my lot to, detain cars that were doing that. The problem is
Right.
going up the hill, it's 20, which I think is almost too slow, but people living there would probably agree that it's okay. But if you set 20, they're going to do 25 or 30. Coming, there's the only sign currently is at the top by the new daycare situation there. That's 30. You go down the hill, it changes to 20 there. It's just cars come flying down the hill. There's a blind spot. If you're coming up the hill, you need to make a left into where the entrance to the subdivision.
Right.
is.
It's tricky there. So,
Correct. Yeah, you
okay.
can't- I know the hillside couldn't be cut down or nothing like that, but I think a stop sign up there would possibly make cars stop, allow people to turn in and out too. That's just,
Okay. Thanks, Danny.
thank you.
All righty, sir. If you wouldn't mind, take your hat off, please. Thank you.
Not a problem. Sorry.
That's all right.
Hello, my name is Charles Milhauser and I live at 803 American Legion Drive, which is across from Danny's Top Shop and across from the egress point that he was discussing for the apartments. My concern also is the number of cars that will be coming in and out of those apartments with my driveway right across from that egress. There's already a situation with current traffic levels as they are. As Danny said, people come up the hill, they don't necessarily pay attention to the 20-mile-an-hour speed limit. Or if they're coming from American Legion to go down the hill onto South Mill Street, where it changes from 30 to 20. My wife has almost been hit several times trying to turn into our driveway, making a left turn. The people will assume she's got her left turn blinker on to go down the hill, which, because that's the main thoroughfare, you wouldn't need a left turn signal to turn down the hill. And so trying to turn into the driveway, they'll run right up on her backside. Or coming up the hill, she'll have her right blinker on to turn into our driveway. And again, people coming up the hill at 25, 30 miles an hour, same thing. They think she's just making a right turn. My concern, as Danny pointed out, with the daycare going in down the street and start operating now at peak hours of, say, 6 to 7 in the morning when people are leaving for work or people are dropping their children off at the daycare, you're going to be with this apartment complex adding potentially, if it's 200 units, potentially maybe 300 cars or more people leaving for work coming through that same intersection, where that triangle is. Okay. And then my concern is, trying to get in and out of my own driveway at those points of time. That would be, early in the morning, like I said, 6 to 8 in the morning, and then potentially 4 to 7 in the evening when people are coming home from work and people are picking up their children from the daycare. So I agree that, some sort of a traffic study needs to be done proactively to see what the impact is going to be to the traffic on American Legion and South Mill Street at that point. Currently, what the traffic is, and then what the potential additional traffic from the apartment complex is going to be.
Yes, sir.
So those are my concerns.
We appreciate your concerns and we appreciate you coming and letting us know.
Thank you.
Is it? Are there any other people that want to talk about this development? If not, I declare this public hearing closed.
Give Matt a second.